Morning with Max. Hey folks, welcome to another Morning with Max. Coach T, Lodaween, Katomes, Vessel Vision, Denarian, of course, Fububu, Fantaram, good morning. Hey Zube. Let's see, what's going on this morning? We're starting, good morning Lerox, Tuvok. Starting another week of development on Camelot Unchained. Hopefully you saw the monthly newsletter and end of week update that went out on Friday. Hello Fitty and Sour Goat and Swazi, good morning. We have had another excellent week of streaming. Now you may, it looks like Tyler's in the midst of updating the stream schedule, so don't feel as if you're the only one who's confused. But I think I can talk about the streams we had last week. So we had Morning with Max on Friday. We had the end of week wrap up and Q&A with Mark on Friday afternoon. On Thursday we had an office stream in the morning. On Wednesday we had combat on animation with Scott, I believe, in the afternoon. Tuesday we had an office stream in the morning and environment art with Tyler in the afternoon. And back on Monday we had Morning with Max in the morning and concept art with Michelle that afternoon. And I think we've tentatively scheduled a painting all the things with Michelle for this afternoon as well, but I'm not 100% positive. So I'll find out and make sure. Oh, sorry, Denarian. Gerardarian on the YouTube chat. Hello, I don't know if it's a right question for this format or for the Q&A, but how do you want to prevent that big blobs of players will roll over the map like in Guild Wars 2? If you're talking about anti-zerging stuff, that's a concern and something that is on the minds of the designers. So they are Ben and Mark are the people to ask questions about that, and you are correct. The end of week wrap up and Q&A is probably the right time to ask questions about that. Lots of people have asked in the past, and their answer has been there's various design elements that are going to discourage mindless zerging. But more than that, you'd have to ask one of the designers for Camelot Unchained. In case you don't know who I am, I'm Max Porter. I'm the writer, editor, lore keeper, board game designer, stream runner, and various other things here at City State Entertainment. And we're working on the MMORPG Camelot Unchained, and Ben and Mark Jacobs are the designers for the game. We need another AJ stream, says Zube. Well, I'm not quite sure what Tyler is planning here. But it sort of looks like we might be getting that this week. But I don't really know what's going on with the schedule right now, because it looks like Tyler was in the midst of updating it like 15 minutes ago. So, hey, Duslo Bischoff. Right, Sour Goat. The trick to combating Zergs is just joining a Zerg busting guild. Professor Saint, does your colleague know it's dangerous to drink energy drinks? I think it depends on the energy drink, right? Player collision helps against Zergs, say some of people in chat. And that's a thing we're going to have. Mute button still getting Denarian all the time. Ludwig asks, does Max have a new hat today? No, Max does not have a new hat today. That was the one that contained the ready-to-go mullet. Thanks to Grimslag. Will Livingston, will the Slaughterwolves be melee? Check out their sample abilities on the website. Once you do that, you will have the same amount of information as I do. And you can always ask Ben next time he's on. Cobra Outlaw on the YouTube chat. Good morning. Fantaram, hey Max, any insight on if abilities like leaps, charges, or maybe teleports from mobility will exist? I'm sure there will be various things of that nature. What they will look like, how they will work, I couldn't tell you. Digi Sai. How are the graphics / particle effects of the skills in this game? Will it be as flashy as BDO? No, it will not be flashy as BDO. But it will hopefully look good. Look like a modern game. That's our goal, but we have to make some sacrifices because we are aiming to have the biggest battles with the least lag. I've got like a hair or something sticking off of my hat here. Bothering me. Sourgoat, did you mention have player collision in game? Yep, we already do. All this physics stuff is happening. Kuktar, you guys host any Roll20 D&D sessions with backers? Like one-time campaigns or anything? Well, that'd be fun. I'd love to run that. We haven't done it in the past. But I probably could if I found the time. We're not affiliating ourselves with anything, Denarian. Well, I don't know if I should say that exactly, but no worries. Gerard Darian. I'm going to keep switching off the soft and the hard G until I figure it out. Is climbing walls confirmed? E.g. for scouting classes. Something like that. Some scouting classes can maybe pass through walls. Has been discussed. Check out the stealth stretch goal on the website for more on Mark's thoughts on those stealth classes. Coach T's quoting some sample abilities, I think. What is happening, says Horace Solis on YouTube. Everybody's working. It's kind of a cold and cloudy day. We had a bunch of warm spring is here kind of days, and now it's back to kind of cold and cloudy. What's happening with you, Horace Solis? Alright, Katomes has a bunch of questions related to the FX question. These would be good questions for Tyler when he's on, but Tyler has his headphones on right now, so he looks busy, so I'm not going to go bother him. But you're asking me when we'll have a chance, Katomes is asking, when we'll have a chance to see the new locomotion animations and Character 2.0 models. Additionally, how close to final would you say the current graphics are? Should we expect more eye candy than this? When we're going to see we're going to show the new locomotion animations and Character 2.0 models, no idea. How close to final would you say the current graphics are? Not being an artist, I can only say that I've heard that they are not final at all. Should we expect more eye candy than this? Yes. That I can say for sure. But I'm not an artist. Tyler's art director type person, so he's in the middle of something, so I don't want to ask him. But if he gets up and comes over here during my stream here, go ahead and bug me or repeat the questions. Sour Goat. Are there not worries about possible blocking / trolling with player collision? Yeah, we've talked about the current solution for that is that you can change into like a travel mode that like makes you faster, and then you can move through allied players, and then you can switch back to combat mode. And to, you know, use your other abilities and stuff. More than that, Sour Goat, getting into the nitty-gritty mechanics, I wouldn't have too much to say. Fantaram. As far as the skills currently listed on the website, any kind of leap / charge / teleport aren't there. The Max's confirmation is good enough. Well, Fantaram, I'm going off of the fact that, you know, way back when in like early alpha testing, we had a bunch of stuff like that. So I'm sure, you know, since it's been tested, we'll probably bring some of it back. But, you know, I don't know exactly what's going to look like. I'm sure the backer called Donnie would be really sad if we didn't, and revolt. Sure thing, Sour Goat. Yeah, there's more of the like specific mechanics, Halloween, that I'm, you know, not trying not to get into too deeply because they're going to change. But that's sort of the general idea, I believe. Say hi to Andrew.
Hello, backers.
You guys have any quick questions for Andrew since he's standing behind me?
It's more of a loom, really.
Did you play Dayak in its heyday?
I did. I was part of a group of people who, at Troika Games, way back in the day, that, yeah, we all played Dayak together. We had this group of this group of characters that were just basically like all the Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, there was Blossom and Bubbles and Buttercup.
Oh, explicitly like the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. No, it was like totally Powerpuff themed, and I played a Theurge named Mojo Jojo.
That's awesome.
So, yes, I did, and this was in 2001 at launch. So,
Cool. Thanks.
that was actually my first round.
Oh.
Then, when I decided I wanted to move back to Virginia, I started looking at, like, where can I get a job in Virginia? And there's, like, this Mythic company. I was like, oh, I played that. That was really cool. Let's see if I can, get a job there. And so, like, got back into it. And that time around, I played a Thane.
That's awesome.
Got really good at, got into it, got back so I could talk the talk, and then I stalked him at GDC and was like, hey, I want to go be East Coast now, and
That's awesome.
they were like, yeah.
Grimslag says, Andrew's Powerpuffs were epic. I remember you guys.
Yeah, so the Powerpuff Girls, I forget which server the Powerpuffs were on, but yeah, that was me and Tim Kaine and a couple other people from Troika. So
That's awesome. Grimslag trying to supply the server name. Halloween asks, how was your long weekend, Max? Oh wait, never mind. Didn't have a long weekend. Just a weekend. Kuktar, when you say you're a writer, what does that actually mean for your day-to-day stuff? Well, up until pretty recently, it used to mean that I would, it means a number of different things. I would write a new edition or rewrite a lore story, or write a new edition for the lore that would be published in the monthly newsletter. And before that, it wasn't tied to the newsletter. Just would periodically or just continuously kind of work on a new section of lore. I think Andrew locked himself out. Be right back. Oh, Dion's getting it. Thanks, Dion. We don't have quests in this game, Kuktar, but if there were, I would be involved in writing them. But this is more background stories, which are all available on the website. is actually a package. I didn't give Andrew enough credit. Thanks, Dion. What else? I write most of the fiction and bits of lore or fiction type stuff that go on the website or in the game. And it's all sort of governed by Mark's vision, so he'll write a short thing or more bare bones kind of thing, and then I'll turn it into a fuller, richer story. Right. So that's what that means. Kukatar. I mean, if you were going to ask me, it sort of leads to all kinds of other things, like the editing that I do. I guess also kind of being a lore keeper, just managing the body of lore, making sure that things are consistent. Led to working, designing the board game, etc., and stuff like that. Writing the newsletter, I guess, but that's more being in. Yeah, I guess that's writing. So that took me a while to answer. Dalgary was asking, hey Max, will release be in 2020 or that's when early access will be available? People have been trying to answer that question. So there's not exactly early access, but we have, we offer tiers so people can join us for testing. As the people in chat are explaining, and our targeted release date, if everything goes, according to the way we hope, we've talked about 2019. Dalgary says, so CBT1, I guess that's closed beta test 1, this summer, 5th wave isn't approaching. I sure hope not. Then CBT2, early 2019, CBT3, late 2019, single playout game in 2020. I mean, that's one way things could go. I think we're hoping for better than that. It's all out there in various news posts and things like that. J-Red Bingo. Who's the best PvPer amongst y'all? Oh, Dalgary's just trolling. Dalgary, it wasn't ridiculous enough to really troll me, because it's sort of not too far off from what we've said. So it was very believable that you read something and kind of extrapolated or misread it or slightly, but not that much. So I guess you got me, is what I'm saying. Dalgary just saying the game isn't super duper slow progress. Not so slow anymore. Going fast now. And July 4th is when Beta 1 is releasing. Jared Bingo, who's the best PvPer? I don't know. It's not me. AJ, who sits right there, has been really running around killing everybody with his Lukorpan Archer in a lot of the tests. But he's not the only one who's good at PvP. So maybe JB or Tim are also pretty good, Coach T. So I don't know. It's just AJ's been the notorious one recently. Kick asses. Wow, you really work on Easter Monday. We don't here in Denmark. Yep. Work continues. We don't have any time to waste if we want to make our July 4th Beta 1 date. And we do want to make it. Oh yes, good work on Friday too. Be nice if we had that much leisure, but we just don't have that much wiggle room. Well, maybe we have that much wiggle room, but not that much to spare. Coach T, to get 4 days for Thanksgiving instead. I guess that's true. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Jared Bingo. What do you find yourself playing most outside of work if you can stomach looking at graphics anymore at the end of the day? A lot of single-player games. To be honest, Jared Bingo. I recently I finally played BioShock Infinite, which I had been putting off for a long, long time. And I quite enjoyed it. J-Red Bingo, so no D&D then. Well, if you're gonna cheat like that, you made me think. You made it sound like we were only talking about video games. J-Red Bingo. Okay, well, if you're asking me about games in general, then definitely board games and D&D. I've gotten so busy lately, I had to put my 2 campaigns on hold that I was running. But I was playing them 2 games on the weekend. Plus, I playtest my own board game that I've been working on here. Plus, lots of other board games. Been really enjoying Fog of Love. I've been really enjoying Twilight Imperium 4. It's awesome. So that takes care of, 10 hours all by itself. Including meal breaks, etc. So, just yanking your crank. Yeah, no kidding, J-Red Bingo. Lots of D&D. It's just... Actually, the past couple weeks, not so much D&D, but prior to that... Professor Saint, do you know how the servers will work? I am from the UK and play with friends from USA. Professor Saint, from what I've heard, all of the UK testers, all the people from the UK who have joined us for our testing have reported really good connectivity. And that it's been working great. In terms of like how many servers we're going to have, what servers, that is yet to be determined. Jared Bingo, because you said no multiplayer. Okay. Well, I guess if you consider D&D a multiplayer game, which I guess why wouldn't you really? Sevi Sky. Hi Max, can we confirm that CU is the WoW killer? I can confirm that it is not. That is not what we're shooting for at all. Denarian, my oldest teen wants to start playing D&D. Any quick advice? Play with good friends. No idea, Sour Goat. Because CEU is unique. Oh, wow. I've gotten so involved answering all your questions. Denarian, hit me up on Discord or something for more D&D advice. Because I could talk all day about D&D advice. But I will have to close down this stream, folks, because stand-ups is about to start. We're all going to stand up, gather around the video chat call with our sister studio on the West Coast, and get coordinated, talk about plans going forward for the week and for today. So I will see you later. Thank you all so much for joining me. This has been a fantastic morning with Max. And join us this afternoon for some stream. I'm not sure if it's going to be painting all the things with Michelle or environment art with Tyler, or if they're too busy and we're going to do something else. We'll see. I have to ask Tyler what's going on with the schedule, which is what I'm going to go do. So, see you later. Thank you so very much for joining me. I had a blast, and yeah. Bye-bye. Morning with Max.